Thank you for coming back to our channel, Legends Leaving. We made a list of the famous actors who died today and put it in this memorial video. Those famous people who will be missed but who made important contributions to their works have sadly died today. Please show your love by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. 6. Alvin Austin Attles Jr. was an American professional basketball player, teacher, and executive. He was born on November 7, 1936, in Newark, New Jersey. His name became linked to the Golden State Warriors of the National Basketball Association, NBA. Attles went to Newark's Wequiock High School before going to North Carolina A&T State University, where he did very well in both school and sports. He got his degree in physical education while also coaching the college basketball team to several winning seasons. NBA scouts were impressed by how well he played in college. In 1960, the Philadelphia Warriors picked him up in the draft. They would later move to San Francisco and become the Golden State Warriors. Attles was known as the Destroyer because of how tough and aggressive he was as a player. He mostly played point guard. He was famous for being a great defender, having quick hands, and being a leader on the court. The 11 years that Attles played basketball were all with the Warriors, showing unwavering loyalty to the team. While Attles was on the team that made it to the NBA Finals in 1964, they lost to the Boston Celtics. Even though Attles was better known for his defense, he could also score when needed, scoring 8.9 points per game over the course of his career. In 1968, Attles went from being a player to a coach without a hitch. He became the Warriors' head coach while still playing, which is very uncommon in professional sports. He finally stopped playing in 1971 so that he could focus on teaching only. The Warriors won their first NBA title under his leadership in 1975, which was a big moment in the team's history. Teacher Attles was very strict, determined, and knew a lot about the game. His players and peers looked up to him as a teacher and respected him a lot. He was the Warriors' head coach until 1983. After that, he continued to work for the team in different executive jobs, such as general manager and community ambassador. Attles made a lot of contributions to the Warriors and the A off the court. He became a lasting symbol of hard work and success in the sport. His legacy was strengthened even more when the Warriors put a banner in the rafters of their arena to remember him and show how much he meant to the team. He was 87 years old when he died on August 20th, 2024, leaving a legacy of good sportsmanship, guidance, and a mark on basketball that will never be erased. His life and work show how important it is to keep going even when things get hard and love the sport. 5. Ronald Andrew Aslett was an American businessman, author, and well-known cleaning and housekeeping expert. He was born on July 22, 1935, in Twin Falls, Idaho, USA. Aslett had a business spirit and a strong work ethic from a very young age. These were traits that would later define his career. He studied speech and acting at Idaho State University, but it was his part-time job as a janitor in college that made him want to clean and organize things for the rest of his life. What seemed like a simple start laid the groundwork for a successful and important job in the cleaning business. Donald Aslett helped start the Varsity House Cleaning Company in Pocatello, Idaho in 1957. In the beginning, Aslett and a partner cleaned homes and businesses in the area as a small business. But Aslett's creative thinking and commitment to quality helped the company grow quickly. Varsity House Cleaning Company became a very successful company that finally had customers in many states. Aslett worked as a cleaner for a long time and learned a lot about how to clean well. He started sharing what he knew through books, workshops, and public speaking. Donald Aslett was known as America's one cleaning expert because he knew so much about cleaning and loved it so much. He wrote more than 40 books, many of which were hits about cleaning, housekeeping, and managing time. Millions of people read his books, like Is There Life After Housework and Clutter's Last Stand, which gave them useful information and inspiration. Aslett's writing style was easy to understand and often funny, which made the sometimes dull subject of cleaning interesting and doable for his readers. He also often appeared on radio and TV shows where he shared his knowledge with a wider public. Aslett did more than just write and run his own business. He was also a popular speaker who gave talks and classes all over the United States. His lessons stressed not only how important it is to keep things clean, but also how important it is to be efficient and well organized in everyday life. A lot of people agreed with Aslett's idea that a clean and organized space could help people live a more effective and stress-free life. Donald Aslett died on August 21st, 2024, at the age of 89. He was a pioneer in the cleaning business and will be remembered for that. His contributions to the area of housekeeping and his desire to make other people's lives better through his work will last for a long time. Aslett's life and work were marked by a dedication to excellence, new ideas, and the thought that cleanliness could change people's lives. 4. Harold Meltzer was an American musician who was born on October 2nd, 1966 in Brooklyn, New York. He was known for combining different styles of music in new and interesting ways. Meltzer got ideas for his works from many places, such as the interesting architecture that interested him, the silly nature of postmodern fairy tales, and even the hidden messages in fortune cookies. He was a unique voice in modern classical writing because he was able to combine these different styles into his music. Meltzer became interested in music at a young age and worked hard to follow his dream. He learned how to be a good musician at Amherst College, the Yale School of Music, and King's College, Cambridge, where he worked with some well-known writers and musicologists. Through his schooling, he learned a lot about the history and theory of music, which he skillfully used in his own compositions. Meltzer was praised for his creative use of structure and form throughout his work. His works often looked at the connection between music and places, which sparked his interest in writing pieces that were influenced by certain building settings. His highly praised 2009 Pulitzer Prize-nominated piece, Brian, for example, was directly influenced by the Brian Tomb, an Italian cemetery built by architect Carlo Scarpa. This piece showed how well he could turn visual and spatial experiences into rich, evocative music. Meltzer's compositions were played by top orchestras and groups in the US and Europe. This earned him a lot of praise and many awards, including a Guggenheim Fellowship. People knew his work for being difficult, sad, and unique in how it caught the essence of the things that inspired him. Harold Meltzer passed away on August 12, 2024, at the age of 58. He left behind a body of innovative works that musicians and viewers still enjoy. His work is still a great example of how powerful imagination can be and how many ways there are to express yourself through music. 3. DJ Polo was one of the first people to make hip-hop music. He was born on August 12, 1963 in Queens, New York. From the late 1980s to the early 1990s, DJ Polo became famous as one half of the important rap duo Cool G Rap DJ Polo. He was born Lester Fernandez. The two artists had a big impact on the genre, especially in extreme hip-hop and mafioso rap. DJ Polo's creative scratching methods and dynamic production skills were big parts of the duo's success and praise from critics. Road to the Riches 1989, Wanted Dead or Alive 1990, and Live and Let Die 1992 are just a few of the great records that DJ Polo and Cool G Rap made together. People love these records because they tell gritty stories, have deep lyrics, and have Polo's cutting-edge beats. Not only did their work help shape the sound of East Coast hip-hop, but it also had an impact on many artists who came after them. In addition to his work with Cool G Rap, DJ Polo continued to help the hip-hop community by producing music and mentoring young artists. Eventually, he stopped being in the spotlight. Even though DJ Polo was successful, he had problems in his personal and business life. The pair broke up in the middle of the 1990s, and Polo went on to do other things besides singing. People in the hip-hop community still looked up to him and remembered him for his work in the early days of the genre and on some of its most famous songs. DJ Polo died too soon on July 28, 2024. He was 60 years old. Hip-hop fans and artists who admired his willingness to take risks and technical skills saw the end of an era with his death. The music that DJ Polo made and the impact he had on the growth of hip-hop will always be remembered. His creative approach to DJing and production keeps inspiring new artists, which will make sure that his influence on the genre is remembered for years to come. 2.
Angus Cloud, born Connor Angus Cloud Hickey on July 10, 1998 in Oakland, California, was a talented American actor best known for his role as Fesco in the critically acclaimed HBO series Euphoria. Cloud's portrayal of the kind-hearted yet complex drug dealer earned him widespread recognition and a dedicated fan base. Before his breakthrough role on Euphoria, Cloud had little acting experience, having been discovered by a casting agent on the streets of New York. His natural talent and unique presence quickly made him a standout figure in the industry. Tragically, Angus Cloud's life and burgeoning career were cut short when he passed away on July 31, 2023, at the age of 25. The cause of his death was later confirmed as an accidental overdose, combining fentanyl, cocaine, methamphetamine, and other substances. This shocking news devastated fans, colleagues, and the entertainment community, who mourned the loss of a young actor with immense potential. Cloud's untimely death also sparked conversations about the opioid crisis and the pressures faced by young actors in Hollywood. Despite his brief career, Angus Cloud left a lasting impact on those who knew him and on audiences who were captivated by his performances.
Wallace Amos Jr., who was born on July 1, 1936 in Tallahassee, Florida, is better known as Wally Amos. As a child, he lived in a simple home and was mostly raised by his Aunt Della. Her delicious homemade cookies made him love baking. Amos moved to New York City to live with his dad when he was 12 years old. He later went to the Food Trades Vocational High School there. Amos worked as a star agent at the William Morris Agency after leaving the U.S. Air Force to work in the entertainment business. He hired and worked with well-known groups like Simon Garfunkel and the Supremes while he was there. Around the middle of the 1970s, Amos turned his lifelong love of baking into a business. For his own brand, Famous Amos, he used his Aunt Della's cookie recipe. He opened the first Famous Amos cookie shop in Los Angeles, California in 1975. His delicious chocolate chip cookies quickly became famous and praised by many. The brand went viral across the country, and Wally Amos became a familiar name thanks to his famous straw hat, charming personality, and contagious smile. Even though Amos was successful, he had money problems, and in the late 1980s, he lost control of the Famous Amos name. Despite this setback, he kept going as a business and started other cookie brands such as Aunt Della's Cookies and the Cookie Kahuna. He was 88 years old when he died on August 13, 2024. The person died because of problems after having a stroke. The man's death marked the end of an age. He had made an indelible mark on American society through his drive to succeed, his dedication to literacy, and his unwavering optimism. Future businesses and teachers are still inspired by Wally Amos's work. He taught them the value of hard work, creativity, and the simple joy of sharing a cookie with everyone. Morgan Freeman is a famous actor who is known for his deep voice and powerful acts. He has recently been having some health problems that have made his fans worried. Freeman, who is now 86 years old, has had pain and other health problems for a long time because of a bad car crash in 2008. He was seriously hurt in the accident and suffered nerve damage that led to fibromyalgia, a disease that causes widespread pain, tiredness, and stiffness, especially in his left hand, which is still paralyzed. In recent months, Freeman's health has gotten a lot of attention because he has lost a lot of weight and is having trouble moving around. This was made clear when he had to be helped into a car during a public appearance and looked clearly weak. Freeman's representatives have told the public that he is in fine health and continues to take care of his situation, even though it makes his daily life very difficult. Freeman's dedication to his work and ability to bounce back from setbacks are still strong, as shown by his recent work on the TV show Special Ops Lioness. But because of his health problems like fibromyalgia, flare-ups that happen over and over again, he has had to miss some public events like a press tour earlier this year because of an infection that spread easily. Overall, Morgan Freeman's health has been up and down. But he is still active and involved in his work, even though his long-term illnesses make things harder for him. Fans keep sending him their best wishes, hoping that he stays strong and healthy.